Hey guys, welcome to my video. I just wanted to briefly demonstrate how I will be using our Limelight Biocone Come Clean Young Coconut Milk Brush and Sponge Shampoo, which is this here. I'll be using this soap to wash my brushes and my sponges, and I just wanted to demonstrate with a couple of my brushes how amazing this soap is. And it smells really good, and it's natural products, so it's not going to harm your brushes at all or your skin. So I'm going to go ahead. I've already started with these brushes, and I like to just swirl them in there and just let them marinate, if you will. That way the soap can really penetrate and take away all the debris and makeup off the brush. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate with this white bristled brush. And as you can tell clearly, it is a white bristled brush. However, with the use, it's gotten really dirty. So I'm going to demonstrate how all that will come off with a few swipes of soap. So I've already wet the brush container inside, and I also like to wet the brush itself. So just going to go ahead and dampen that. And then we're going to just make sure that the soap is also wet along with the brush, and just do a few swirls inside the brush. Inside the soap. Not too many. You don't want to keep swirling because you're kind of just gonna use up a lot of soap. It doesn't need that much. This soap is very concentrated. And just a few swirls will do. If your brush is really stained, then you can go ahead and go over it again. But I've already picked up enough product to show you how the makeup will just melt away. So I like to just swirl it in my hands, and then you can see all the makeup just coming off the bristles there. I also have a tool to use when I clean my brushes, but for the purpose of this video, I just want to show you in the palm of my hands how the makeup is just coming right off. And you didn't need too much soap because clearly it suds up a lot, and it looks like I picked up a lot of soap, but I just did a few swirls, and I probably could have done less because of the amount of soap that I picked up. So you don't have to, just probably 1 or 2 swirls inside the soap will do. As you can see, it's clearing out all that makeup debris, dirt, anything that the bristles have accumulated. It's all coming off. As you can see on my sink there, all that makeup is off, and the bristles are starting to look white again. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this out so you can see how effective it cleaned the brush. And you want to rinse it, wring it out until the water is clear. That way you know that the brush is thoroughly cleaned. And then you're going to wring it out. And when you set these to dry, you want to put a cloth on your counter, wherever it is that you're setting these down to dry. You don't want to set them down like this. You don't want the water to seep through and ruin your brushes. It's just going to pretty much loosen up the glue, and that it's just going to mess up your brushes. This thing will fall apart, and it'll just be a hot mess. So you're going to set these down on your counter with a towel so that the water can fall into the towel, and the towel can soak up all that excess water that's in the bristles. So look at that, it's completely clean. You can see as well that the bristles are thoroughly clean if you just brush them to the side like that, so you can see the inside of the brush. It thoroughly cleans your brushes. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm gonna try now a sponge. This one's not too dirty. I've used this one only one time, so it's not too filthy. I like to wash these after every use, so it's not too bad, but I'm still going to show you how it cleans the sponges as well. We're going to swirl it a few times. I like to swirl this one a little bit more because the sponge does soak up more product. So there's more room for bacteria to grow in there. So I like to just pick up a little bit more than I would with my brushes. And then I just like to massage it. Massage the soap and get all that makeup off. As you can tell, it's already coming off. And I like to massage it because I feel that that brings the soap in the inside of the sponge and then just picks up all that dirt and makeup that's in the sponge. So see how fast and easy that was? Like, very effortlessly. Did not take much for me to get that makeup off. Externally, sorry, and internally, I cannot speak today. It has been removed. This sponge actually has a stain. I'm not quite sure what makeup did that, but there's a little bit of a stain there that just, I have a hard time taking it off, and eventually it will come off, but I probably have to go over it a few more times. But for now, what I'm worried about is the makeup that was soaked into this sponge. I'm not really concerned about that stain because I know my sponge is thoroughly clean. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse that out. Make sure you wring it out until the water is clear. You don't want any soap to remain in there. And if your water, when you wring it out, it's not clear, that means your sponge is still a bit dirty. And I can tell that the interior, the middle part of the sponge still has a little bit of makeup left in there. So if that's the case, I just like to swirl it in there again. And typically I like to let this sit there and soak or marinate. So I'm gonna let that sit there. And now while I demonstrate with another white bristled brush here, I used a liquid lipstick for this eye look. So the brush is pretty stained. I've never washed a brush after using a liquid lipstick, so we'll see how that turns out. Same thing, wash your bristles, brush. Do a few swirls in here, just like that. It's already melting away the makeup that was in there. For demonstration purposes, here's the palm of my hand. And let's hope it didn't stain my brush. But it looks like it's working very well. So once I've achieved that, looks like the soap is looking pretty clean. My brush may be a little stained afterwards, but I'm going to go over it one more time with the soap. And yes, it's still a little stained, as you can see. This is a liquid lipstick. Going over it one more time. And as you can see, when I did that, there was no product coming off of the brush because, look at that. Clearly the brush is cleaned, but it's not fighting off the stain, which I'm not mad at it because it serves its purpose of deep cleaning your brushes and sponges. It's pretty clean. Let's go ahead and rinse it out. Oh, will you look at that? It did remove all the stains. That is amazing. I was really not thinking that it was gonna remove the actual stain off the brush. That is super cool. I mean, I was not doubting our product, but I just, there's no harmful chemicals in our products, so I was really just expecting it to deep clean it and not remove the stain, so I'm very pleasantly surprised. I'm going to try it again with this other white bristled brush here. And the same, I used a liquid lipstick for this look as well, in this white bristle brush. But this brush here actually has soft pink tips. So the bristles are white, but it has the soft pink tips that originally came with, like, the brush. That's the design of the brush. So it's not 100% white. Let's rinse this out. Look at that. It brought it to its original state. Beautiful. This is a Wet n Wild white bristled soft pink tips. Amazing. This soap is just, you need it. You need it in your collection. It's super awesome for travel. It smells good. It's super soft. It's not harmful at all for your brushes or for your skin. I'm gonna try one more with this Limelight brush that I have here. Just a few swirls. I don't need too much. Like I said, this shampoo is really concentrated. So look at that. It's just melting away the makeup. Look at that. All right. Wring it out. Make sure that you're rinsing out your brushes and your sponges very thoroughly, because when they dry completely, you don't want the bristles to be stiff. If they're pretty stiff when they're fully dried, that means there may be some product still left on the bristles or the sponges. So you want to make sure that you thoroughly rinse whatever it is that you're cleaning. Okay, these are done. I'm going to go ahead and just rinse this already. You can see a little bit of, just a tad bit of makeup is coming off still. So it's been marinating, if you will, for quite a bit. So I think I'm ready to rinse it out. There's not a lot of makeup actually seeping through anymore. So that means that the sponge is pretty thoroughly clean. You add water and you squeeze it. If there's still some soap in there, you want to keep wetting it and wringing it out until there is no longer any white suds, because like I said, you don't want your sponges and your brushes to have that residue, and it's just going to stiffen up your sponge or your bristles because of the soap. So you want to make sure you wring it out thoroughly. Make sure the water is clear of any makeup. Very good. So there you have it. Looks like a brand new blender full. Look at that. I love it. This product is available on my website. So if you're interested in purchasing this, please message me. I can give you the link. And I promise you it's going to change your brush cleaning game very effortlessly, and you need this. You need this in your kit. You need this for your own makeup brushes. If you're a makeup artist, you need it for your kit, like I said. But yes, please contact me. I'm going to go ahead and continue washing some brushes off camera. But if you have any further questions, do not hesitate to message me or comment, and I will gladly get back to you. So look at that, very fast, very easy. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and continue my washing. free here because I have tons of brushes to wash. So there you have it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching.